the word basilisk will be used.
Put it right up here. Otherwise,
What?
put it right up here.
Oh,
Otherwise,
right up here?
yeah. Otherwise, I cannot hear you.
No.
Also, the phone does not pick up your voice. I won't try and focus on reading the page correctly. Just focus on just speaking in general.
Finally, he looked up, his eyes seeking mine, full of his own question. Are you ready to go home? He asked. I'm ready to leave. I qualified over grateful that we had the hour-long ride home together. I wasn't ready to say goodbye to him. The waitress appeared as if she said, been called or watching. How are we doing? She asked. Okay, I'm done. I can't take anymore.
No, definitely not. I whispered as I was trying to listen to Jacob and eager to make him as happy as possible. So I winked at him carefully, turning away from Mike to do so. I don't like this.
Of course, he said, and his tone mirrored mine. We have to be careful not to impact environment with traditional hunting. We tried to focus on areas with overpopulations of predators, ranging as far away as we need. There's always plenty of deer and elk here, and they'll do, but where's the fun in that? He smiled teasingly.
I heard his booming laugh from my truck, and I couldn't help laughing too. Open mine at Edward's Snacks. What's that mean? Alice said, so excited. Her voice was a high-pitched trill. She held a small, flat square in her hand. I turned to give Edward a basilisk glare. You promised. Before he could answer, Emmett bounded through the door. Just in time. He pushed in behind Jasper, who had also drifted closer than usual to get a good look. This is a weird page. I didn't spend a dime, Edward assured me. He brushed a strand of hair from my face, leaving my skin tingling from his touch. I inhaled deeply and turned. Give it to me, I sighed. Emmett chuckled with delight. It's not even the voice thing.
I couldn't argue with the eyes or the motivation, and it was a moot point away. As it happens, I don't mind being alone.
Well, I was thinking if you guys
I know,
go,
besides brooding, you should tell Charlie. Charlie, no. Why in the world? Whoa, this is impossible! This is impossible! How did you do? Oh my god, that's so hard.
I chewed slowly and then took a long drink of Coke without looking up. So I said after a moment, finally meeting his now anxious gaze. What's your favorite? He raised an eyebrow and the corners of the mouth turned down in disapproval. Mountain lion. Ah, I said in a politely disinterested tone, looking for my soda again. Of course, he said, and his tone mirrored mine. We have to be careful not to impact the environment with injudicious hunting. We tried to focus on areas with an overpopulation of predator, ranging as far away as we need. There's always plenty of deer and elk here, and they'll do.
All right, you're good, buddy.
Where's the fun in that?
So I said after a moment, finally meeting his now anxious gaze, what's your favorite? He raised an eyebrow and the corner of his mouth and toned down in disapproval. Mountain lion. Ah, I said in a politely disinterested tone, looking for my soda again. Of course, he said, and his tone.
Convinced me that it wasn't necessary. By the next morning, I was in Alaska. He sounded ashamed and as if admitting a great cowardice. I spent 2 days there with some old acquaintances. But I was homesick. Hated knowing I'd upset Esme and the rest of them, my adopted family. In the pure air of the mountains, it was hard to believe you were so irresistible. I convinced myself it was weak to run away. I dealt with temptation before, not of this magnitude, not even close, but I was strong. Who were you? An insignificant little girl. He grinned suddenly.
All of this was said in a flurry of words that lasted only a few seconds. I had listened carefully and caught most of it, though I couldn't hear what Esme now asked Edward with the silent vibration of her lips. I only saw the slight shake of his head and the look of relief on her face. You catch Esme, he said. I'll call it now. And he planted himself in front of me. The others returned to the field, warily sweeping the forest with their sharp eyes. I'm sorry, I can't read this if I'm hearing... I can't read it.